welcome folks, Bosman here. I wanted to make a little video for you all to show you how to install the Then, Now, and Beyond mod by Lord Justice, with a bunch of collaborators helping him with a little bit here and there, but it's definitely a one-man band to an extent by Lord Justice. This massive mod starts out with this raw file over here. I'm just bringing it on screen. It's this little folder here that has a whole bunch of information in here. Now what I am not going to extract this because this is a 4 gigabyte RAR. It's going to take a little while to extract. This actually has a lot of files in it as well. But what you want to do is you want to take this WWE TNB file and actually add it not to your WWE 2K16 folder. You want to go one folder above to the common folder, and where you can see the WWE 2K16 folder, and you want to have the WWE TNB folder right next to it or in the same subdirectory. Now we're going to open this folder up, and you can see it's the same as what's in here, so we can close out of this RAR for now. Now you have a couple of options when you first install it. You want to do either a backup quick or a backup full. If you're someone like me who has a lot of modded superstars in there, you do not want to do the backup full. It will make a copy of your entire WWE game. The backup quick will just copy the files that the mod actually edits, such as the arena files and the menu objects. Now, the backup restore now will bring your backup and put it back into your folder, thus sort of resetting the mod. Now the first step that you want to do is a quick. That will back up all your information. After you've done that, you want to run this install base.bat. Now I've already run the backup quick bat, and this is the sort of information you'll be seeing here. Now this is already backed up, so it will probably be a little bit faster than you might see on your screen. I'm going to close out of that because I don't really need it. I've already done a backup. I want to install the base, however, and I want to continue running this, and you can see that run through. And once again, it still had a lot of files because this is already partially installed. I did a backup restore, and now this is installing the base. If you want to go inside the base here, you can see some of the files, a lot of apron files, barricades, stuff like that he uses for the rest of his mods. Now that you have the base installed, what you next want to do is pick your poison for the 3 different types of arenas. The grandest stage is mostly very modern arenas and the newer retro arenas, but all very WWE centric, with a couple of other arenas, like it has a TNA Impact, it has a Ring of Honor, it has a New Japan, and a couple other rings like that. I'll be making a preview video for all of these soon. I have recorded about half of the arena entrances. It can take quite a while with the amount of modded arenas in this mod. The Monday Night Wars go into more retro ECW, WCW, and Raw arenas. It has a lot of the classic arenas that are default in the game. They've been moved from the grandest stage and they've been moved into the Monday Night Wars. Next is Working the Scene. This is primarily indie wrestler arenas added to the game, with a couple of existing brands, like it has NXT. So I'm going to install this one because it's the most unique one. And we're going to run this script right here. And you can see it running over here, checking all the files, making sure you have the right files there, installing the ones that you do not have into your folder. Now I'm just going to let this run and fast forward through it. Okay, now that batch file has run, all we have to do is now go run our game and let that load up. Now, this is the first time loading. It has replaced a lot of files, so the game may take a little bit extra longer to run. I've also found that sometimes I will need to actually close the game and run it again to get it running faster. This is a couple little tricks, but it is worth it. Also, I wanted to point out the change splash screen here. All 3 of the different sets of mods have changed splash screens, which give a bunch of credit to a bunch of the guys that have helped out here with this mod. He doesn't even credit himself on here, which he really should. This mod is absolutely amazing. I've been using it for the past couple of weeks on my streams, using a beta version, just helping him try to notice all the little errors that were going on with it to make this a really polished release. He's been working on this for the past 3 months, and it really shows. Now that the game has loaded, you can see some of the changes we've got going on here. Like you can see CM Punk getting swapped in. That's actually kind of interesting that it had Austin in there for a moment. But let's go over. This is, of course, different for each different pack of the mod. Each one has a different featured superstar on the different menus here. This one is Punk. I know that the grandest stage has the Bullet Club, which means the club in WWE, rather. And you can go into play one-on-one normal. And I will show you all of the arenas, at least on this menu here. Now, to get the in-ring actual experience, I'm going to be putting that in a separate edited down video, because this is just one pack, and it by itself, it has a lot of mods in there. Almost anything that we could think of, he tried to make it. Even things like Lucha Vavoom, which I didn't hear of before we started talking about this. NXT Dallas, NXT Brooklyn, a couple of TNA ones. And this is something I forgot about for a bunch of time, is to make sure to check out the downloadable content arenas. I'm just going to go to a local little indie show and have the entrance on here for our little example. I want to make sure that you can hear this. Now, of course, it still has what are called the locators. Those have not been changed. So they will still say the original arenas that they were. But the amount of changes to the arena are absolutely amazing. They've got little wooden steps here. This makes it so much easier for anyone to do any sort of specialized universe and not having to rely on the limited tools that are in the custom arenas. Now I'm going to actually skip these here. I want to show you something. I actually need to go to another arena, so I'm going to do a quick cut. So one thing that Lord Justice really wanted me to show off is that you can actually fight outside in the fans, especially in arenas that do not have barricades. So I don't know if the ref can come over here. Oh, I think he might be finding his way through. I set this to a Falls Count Anywhere match, so we can actually go out here and fight a bit on the outside, right in the middle of the crowd. And this is especially effective on any arena that does not have actual barricades. Oh, got him caught on it. Now, these actually, it's a bit buggy, but it's pretty easy to manipulate the way that you want to get in and out like that. And I also wanted to point out some of the special shirts that he put in the crowd, especially my logo, which is right here. He put that in for me, and you can see some of the custom shirts that he worked on a lot for all of these different fans out in the crowd. So you can actually come take a closer look at some of these, which is something that I appreciate. You can see a Bullet Club shirt over here, Hug, Bailey Hug, Armbar, all these other stuff in the ring here. There are a lot of arenas to go through, and there's a lot of little touches. Like I said, he's been working 3 months on this, and I would say it's a labor of love. He put a lot of work in this, and I really appreciate it, and I would like to show this off to anyone who wants to be modding in WWE to take a look at this mod, because it is also extremely simple. This installation has been mostly showing what the mod is, not really showing you how to install it. So make sure to watch my preview video showing all the arenas. It'll be out in a couple of days. And have a nice day. This has been Posum, and I thank you for your time.